American stores tomorrow, and it's making a lot of noise. There's an international outcry against it.
A new interactive video game is about to hit store shelves, and it takes gaming violence to a whole new level.
Well, a video game too violent to be released.
It is some of the most horrific, senselessly violent stuff you've ever seen.
Manhunt
2, and it is being described as one of the most violent and gruesome video games ever produced for a mass market. It is so violent, in fact, that it was banned.
Controversial, violent, creepy, thought-provoking. The game itself is old enough to buy drinks in stupid places where they don't let people drink at the age of 18, so there's little that I could say to add something new to the discourse. But what if I told you the game is actually a meta-narrative about the gaming industry that you could very easily recognize if you were to properly connect the dots? What I'm about to show you might just give you a new perspective on this game and Rockstar itself, as the level of asynchronous commentary in this game borders on the supernatural. There are many factors surrounding this game, but the main focus of this video will be the factions, the main object of meta commentary that Rockstar used to make their message clear to the masses.
Man, I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear!
The Hoodz are clearly meant to represent the most casual and relaxed of all gamers. The dialogue itself makes it clear. Common scum that kill on sight, much like those fucking assholes that told me they were friendly just to kill me when I approached them in DayZ. It's no wonder that they're in the tutorial level. They're all too fucking stupid to even complete it. Instead they become fodder for James Earl Cash, the young newbie gamer that's about to start his journey through the echelons of the gaming landscape.
Hey guys, Girl Power Border Patrol here. Just reporting in. I already got 2 Mexicans this morning.
The Skinz, a gang of skinheads that loiter around junkyards, spouting racist comments and generally making a nuisance of themselves. Do I even need to say it? Here, let me put a headset on one of these guys and you'll realize. That's right, the Skinz are your average Call of Duty player. As many surveys have shown, the main player base for the Call of Duty games since their inception have always been balding white boys with a C at the end. It's no wonder then that whenever they spot you, they turn apeshit and start screaming at Cash. In their mind, they just spotted a guy who dropped into Verdansk with nothing but his Glock, and their KD ratio is in dire need of statistical improvement. Innocentz, a gang mainly composed of Latin Americans. They don't wear shirts. A large amount of them practice Satanism and Santeria. They mumble mystical things to themselves and talk about demonic machinations. If one stops to listen to them, they are clearly supposed to represent the Minecraft player base. In case you didn't know, Latinos love Minecraft. They play it on their PC, they play it on their phones, they play it when their dad loses the house because he bet too much on the horse tracks. This is only further cemented by their satanic practices, which are clearly supposed to represent the esoteric and downright maddening mechanics of Redstone, the usage of which can only be described as demonic in nature. If you're still doubting, let me convert this from a theory into downright fact by stating this. If you go to the Manhunt wiki, you will learn that there's 2 sections to the gang. The Scullies, which I already talked about, and the baby faces, which are a mentally disturbed part of the group that was hired after the Innocentz were formed. They were inserted into the group after its formation. If you keep reading, you will understand my point. Many of the Scullies members of the Innocentz appear to be high on drugs and can be heard mentioning peyote. They also can be heard muttering to themselves about a dark, clairvoyant figure guiding them to kill Cash, the Wither, along with curses and angry groans. Their counterparts, the babyfaces, meanwhile, are suggested to be genuine psychopaths and pedophiles who add a distressing contrast to the Scullies. Many of them appear to be intellectually disabled, acting in a disturbing, childlike nature. There you have it. Mentally disturbed psychopaths and pedophiles. Ergo, Minecraft YouTubers.
Then what does Nikita say about it and what does BSG say about it? You have to await your turn. We're doing it in waves. How about this? How about you suck my balls in waves?
Wardogs. You might think that they are closely related to the Skinz, because when you think about grown men pretending to be soldiers, Call of Duty is the first thing that comes to mind. But in all actuality, the Wardogs are supposed to be the realistic or hardcore shooter audience. You know, Stalker, Ready or Not, Escape from Tarkov, Roblox.
This is Day 9! Oh my god! Day 9!
They wear ghillie suits in urban environments because a ghillie suit is just about the most tactical thing they can imagine. Their faces illuminated only by the glow of their monitors, they communicate through grunts and tactical jargon that doesn't really make sense most of the time. They take their epic fucking milsim roleplay very seriously, and since Cash fails to LARP with them, in typical LARPer fashion, they dox his family. For them, gaming isn't just a hobby, it's a way of life, and woe betide anyone who dares to challenge their supremacy.
I have a mental illness. I want to swallow.
Smileys, a loose throng of the insane, serial killers, psychotics and sadists. They are truly twisted, and one of the most intense packs of hunters that you will face. Intense and twisted is exactly the type of language that I would use. Wandering around the asylum in their absolute squalor, while mumbling insane things to themselves, the Smileys are not only a representation, but also a warning and a cry for help, as the Smileys with their cute masks are actually meant to represent the average gacha game player, deranged, violent, and absolutely penitent despite the fact that their condition was probably acquired through no fault of their own. They wandered the dark woods penitentiary for the criminally insane, their dopamine receptors shriveled and dried, their participation in the snuff ring a clear gambit to acquire just enough money to make 100 pulls in Blue Archive. One of their masks has a desperate plea. It writes, "Please stop me," a desperate cry for help for someone to come take his phone away so that he'll stop wasting all his money on gacha games. In the end, Rockstar's plea for love and comprehension for this subsection of the gamer world went unheeded. As such, there is now a gender war in Korea. That's right, at this very moment, Korea might as well be the third installment of the game, because there's a shit ton of Smileys running around the streets fighting women. So it's like a woman hunt. Cerberus, highly trained, militarized, disciplined, and with a strict chain of command. The Wardogs wish they could be them, and every other group would fear to even approach them. A stand-in for the second to last echelon in a gamer's ascension, a professional esports team down to their stupid name and their edgy looks that probably hide a Korean man behind those red-eyed masks. Every now and then dropping by as Smurfs to beat the shit out of Cash.
Let's go! Let's go!
Shut your bitch ass up, nigga! No, I really get on you, nigga!
They are the lapdogs of Starkweather, their sponsor, and heed his every command. However, when push comes to shove, they are not really all that impressive, as the real threat is not the team that is shown in esports events and publicly endorsed by companies, but rather the epic gamer that is too epic to be shown to the outside world.
One for me and one for the hooker. One for me and one for the hooker.
Piggsy, aka Pigman, aka Tetra Gamer Supremo Ultimatum. It has been said for a long time now that Piggsy represents what Cash would become if he remained an actor in Starkweather's films. And this holds true once you realize that in reality, this disgusting fuck is supposed to represent the apotheosis of a gamer, a state of true epic gaming, the ultimate proof that should one become the perfect video game player, you'd find yourself reduced. The Jackal from Far Cry 2 makes a clear allusion to this.
But let's never forget, it's a display. It's a posture, like a lion's roar or a gorilla thumping at his chest. If you lose yourself in the display, if you succumb to the horror, then you become the monster. You become reduced. Not more than a man, but less.
Piggsy has lost himself in the posturing, the memes, the streaming, the esports, the racist lobbies. His hands are made out of diamonds. He has the Kappa case in Tarkov, and he has never lost a single round of CSGO. His KD ratio has 2 digits. But at what cost? Piggsy's tragic end is proof that all gamers should be aware of their limits, lest they suffer gamer psychosis.
fact, and this is going to be a real hot take, I have yet to hear a convincing moral or legal argument as to why possession of child pornography should be illegal.
Starkweather. At first, I thought that Starkweather was supposed to represent the esports overlords. A team coach, a sponsor maybe, using his screen to look at all the gamers killing each other while providing commentary and jerking off in their million-dollar mansions, while us gamers are left to fester in the disgusting streets of this planet. But then I realized the conspiracy goes much, much deeper. Starkweather is the representation of the figureheads of the main cornerstones of the gaming industry: Shigeru Miyamoto, Jonathan Blackley, Kutaragi Ken. These devilish talking heads are what compose the being of Lionel Starkweather, a fat, greedy, sadistic, old and bitter man who gains pleasure from creating content that hurts gamers and makes them suffer for entertainment, creating scenarios in which gamers are meant to kill each other for their entertainment and profit. Lionel Starkweather is the gaming industry, but in the end, we all know what happens.
Cash, I made you!
Having gone through the echelons of the gaming industry and culture, Cash is left alone in the end. He brought it all down, except for one thing. The villain behind it all, Mr. Nasty, the unspoken distributor who gets all these snuff films, or rather, video games out on the shelves, not even mentioned or referenced in a single instance during the game, who is